Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and I am back today with another episode of r/anti-MLM. This is one of those lovely interactions out in the wild. I used to use it before switching to Arbonne. I usually used Benefit Poreless Primer because I found it worked better than e.l.f. or Tatcha Primer with it, and used a damp beauty sponge. I loved it when I was going for a full coverage look, but it's definitely a heavy full coverage foundation, so a little goes such a long ways. Please, God, don't use MLM products. There's nothing wrong with using MLM, and actually, I truly love the products I sell. They're clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and held to much higher standards than typical beauty products sold in the US standard markets. Social media marketing isn't a bad job either. You learn so much from social media that you end up purchasing. I'm also not losing any money from this company, and I truly love what they stand for. Mind, Body, Skin, Healthy, AB Corporation, the Arbonne Flourish Foundation is set up to help youth struggling across America. They're really not your normal MLM. Not one bit. Trust me, years ago I tried Mary Kay and made the no more MLM vow, but I did lots of research. Good outweighed the bad, and the company has definitely shown me and others closest to me they're very, very different. LOL, never supporting any MLMs period. They're predatory, including Arbonne. Sounds like MLM, but okay. They're not your normal pyramid scheme. What, LMFAO? It always breaks my heart to see people who were in MLMs, who were completely crushed by said MLM, and then they go back because another one convinces them that they're just not the same. The school secretary became a doTERRA hun and almost killed me. So this took place nearly 8 years ago when I was 16, but I'm still annoyed about it. It's a long story, so I'll put a TLDR at the end. Context. This is in a rural community in the northern part of my Canadian province. The nearest ER was 45 minutes away on a badly decaying road. There are no doctors or nurses in my community, and we did not have a fire department or an RCMP officer. The lack of emergency medical options will be extremely relevant. So, I've had asthma since I was born. It got better as I got older until I hit age 12. I had never been in any real life-threatening danger from it, but my mom did buy a home nebulizer for me just in case. Fast forward to grade 10. I'm sitting in math class when I get a really strong whiff of nutmeg. I love the smell of nutmeg, so I inhaled deeply again. Then I got that horrible airways starting to close feeling that every asthmatic dreads. I let the teacher know I'm having an attack and walked to my locker 25 feet away. I was really struggling at this point, so I take 2 puffs and start to try to moderate my breathing. The whole time, the dang hallway reeked of nutmeg. It didn't take long to realize my rescue inhaler wasn't working. I told my teacher that I needed to get home immediately and use my nebulizer. He could see I was struggling, so he took me out to the parking lot and drove me the 2 kilometers to my home. By the time I set up my nebulizer, my lips were blue and I felt like I was trying to breathe through a straw. I was terrified I was going to die. My teacher was on the phone with my mom and asking if he needed to call the ambulance. My mom came home and took over. I finished my first round of nebulizer steroids and was still having trouble breathing, but it was improving slowly. We knew if we called an ambulance, it wouldn't get there for 45 minutes, and it would be another 45-minute trip to the nearest ER. So I made do with my rescue inhaler and ended up having to do another round of nebulizer steroids before bed. I slept on the couch in the living room with my worried mother sleeping in the rocking chair next to me. I took the next day off school since my lungs still felt weak. I was terrified of returning. What if I had another attack? What if my second asthma attack was worse? I knew I would have died that day if not for my home nebulizer. While I was home the next day, my mom did some detective work. Turns out the school secretary started selling doTERRA and placed a diffuser with one of the oils in her office. Her office is open to the hallway, so the stench permeated the entire high school wing, which explains how I had an attack sitting in a room with the door closed. Apparently, she thought essential oils were only beneficial and were all natural, so she didn't know how they could harm people. My math teacher was also the principal, small school, and since he witnessed how bad of an asthma attack I had, he promptly banned her from bringing her diffuser in and even wearing essential oils. And so that's the story of how a Hun nearly killed me. I hadn't had a life-threatening asthma attack before that, and I haven't had one since. And now I avoid essential oils, especially MLM ones, like the plague. The essential oil Huns I've talked to seem to think that they can only help asthma because they're so pure and all natural. Like pure, all natural arsenic. That level of stupidity, ignorance, and brainwashing can be deadly, and that's one of the many, many reasons I despise MLMs. TLDR, school secretary set up a diffuser in her open office because she started selling doTERRA. If I hadn't had a home nebulizer for my asthma, I would have died because medical help was 45 minutes away. Edit. Someone in the comments has pointed out that doTERRA didn't come to Canada until 2016. It actually was probably Young Living at the time, since they moved into the Canadian market in 2013, nearly 8 years ago. I guess I misremembered, since doTERRA is something nearly everyone uses back home now. Sorry about that. Wish I could change the flair and the title. That is terrifying to me. I have asthma as well. I don't have a home nebulizer, never did. And when I was younger, it was really hard for me to use my inhaler. It freaked me out. So a lot of times I would try to push through asthma attacks by trying to just breathe through them. So I know like how difficult it can be to breathe in an asthma attack, and that feeling of literally like if you don't continue to force your lungs to do what they just are barely able to do, you are going to lose your life. It actually took a really, really bad asthma attack while I was really sick to get me to be able to use my inhaler, and I'm so thankful that I am now able to do that because it helps a lot. But yeah, the feeling of, even for me, just using my inhaler at all makes me feel weak and kind of ill almost afterward for quite a while, and I believe it has to do something with the albuterol that goes into your body to do what it needs to do. But I couldn't imagine having that much of an asthma attack and having to use a nebulizer twice and a rescue inhaler multiple times. Like, I wouldn't be going back either, and I would be terrified too. That's horrifying. Now, the next few are some memes sent in by Kate, so thank you so much for sending those in. Hi, it's me. The girl who bullied you in high school has never left her hometown and posts minion memes all day on Facebook. Anyway, want to buy some leggings, diet pills, or essential oils? I mean, where's the lie though? Hey, hashtag boss babe, hashtag girl boss. Tell me again how one day you can be CEO of your company. Carl Dykiller, CEO Team Beachbody, Gene David Schwartz, CEO of Arbonne, Orville Thompson, CEO of Sensi, Fa Park, CEO of Color Street, Mark Stidham, CEO of LuLaRoe, Dr. John Aguinobi, CEO of Herbalife. Well, I mean, it says Herbalife, but I think they mean Herbalife. Yeah, that's kind of a yikes, just saying. When you question the validity of what you hear at an MLM meeting, MLM guru, "You dare oppose me, mortal?" Approached in the locker room, now some things are falling into place. This happened last year, pre-virus, obviously. A girl who looked my age, late 20s, approached me in the locker room at the gym after making eye contact with me several times. At first, I was a little weirded out, but she kept asking if I remembered her from a vague place because I looked familiar. Was it somewhere else I've never been? No. Then she started asking about my boyfriend. I had one at the time, but she didn't seem to really know anything about him. Then came what I assume was bait looking back, but I took it. I gave her my number so we could get coffee after she started telling me her parents were able to retire young, she was set, and they were interested in investing in other young people or couples getting started. It felt very strange overall, and I remember thinking we were virtually strangers and she wants to give us her parents' money, or whatever she was trying to explain she was offering. She kept insisting via text I set up a meeting with her and her parents, and my boyfriend and I. When I kept telling her our schedules wouldn't allow it, and she and I could just get coffee like we talked about, she backed off a bit. After reading posts here, now I feel like she was definitely making stuff up to rope me into whatever scheme she was in and her parents, if that was even the case. Then again, maybe she was being vague because she was trying to get me on a black couch somewhere. Or maybe I'm just an idiot and missed out on free money from a philanthropist I didn't recognize. Does it sound like any familiar MLMs? I'm thinking maybe Primerica or similar. Either way, I'm so glad I never followed through with meeting up. Even thinking about it gives me the weirdest vibes. I wish I still had the messages though after finding this sub. Yeah, that sounds way sketchy. A lot of people were saying it does sound like Primerica, but when you started to think about it, like it does kind of sound like even worse things could be possible. Like some strangers saying all that stuff to you, like, I doubt it. And honestly, if it wasn't an MLM or similar kind of thing, I would be a little concerned about someone kind of poaching young people to supposedly invest in. Like, something about that just sounds really sketchy. So I'm really glad that you didn't go. Oh, hello, family friend whom I have not spoken to in probably 2 decades. Oh, what's that? You wanted to say hi. Oh, you heard my husband works in cannabis and wanted to talk to me about the awesome CBD products your company carries. And you want to show me some of the products? What's that? I can peddle these wares from the comfort of my own home? Wowee! Never mind, you're a 48-year-old adult man with 3 children and you've had to move back in with your parents several times already because you literally have no money and your entire adult life has been one MLM after another. Oh, your company is called Amway. Please lose my number, thanks. And that's a yikes. Crazy conversation with Hunbot. Paparazzi is an MLM scam. No, it's not. Call me at this number. My name is Juan. I'm a consultant. Then the OP shares the income disclosure statement for paparazzi and says GTFOH. Yes, we don't make money, but I'm not trying to get you to sell. I'm selling jewelry. MLMs ruin people's lives. Your opinion. God is real. Please delete this post off your page and remove yourself from my post. Thanks. Have a blink day. I don't think you understand how this works. Oh my. My favorite part is, yes, we don't make money. I'm just trying to sell to you. Also, I'm not sure what God being real has to do with this post at all. And yeah, that's not how any of this works on Facebook. What are you doing, guys? Oh my god. Now this next one is Satire. Y'all are looking at the tweet of someone who's now an Arbonne consultant. Please DM me if you want in on a business opportunity. I've been in it for about 10 minutes and it's completely transformed my life. TikToker to 6 figures. Become a boss babe with me. To everyone asking, Arbonne is not a pyramid scheme. If it was, it would be illegal. Arbonne wouldn't be a thing, so don't say that. Message me if you want to take control of your life and make 6 figures a month. And then fake Arbonne responds saying, so sick of telling people this. Illegal things don't exist. Only bullies want us to stop manipulating women via social pressures. I swear, when the boss babe uprising starts. I think I saw this was removed. I'm not sure. It may have been a glitch because it's satire and not an actual post of an actual hun or whatever, but I just really thought it was funny, so I thought I'd share it with you guys too. Why I finally quit It Works Global. Hi, I'm kind of new to the anti-MLM community, and I just wanted to share a look into my former life as a hun. I apologize for the long post. About 5 years ago, I was convinced to join It Works as an independent distributor. I know now that I should have done more research on the company, but I didn't, and here we are. My husband and a woman, let's call her Sam, he worked with at the time, talked me into becoming a distributor. Honestly, I was just going to do the 3-month loyal customer thing and then forget about it. Well, Sam said that she was making money selling the products and thought I would be perfect for the gig. Now, mind you, I have had self-esteem issues in the past, and to hear that I would be good at something gave me the warm fuzzies. So I signed up, spent the $99 for the BBK. The day I signed up, I got several friend requests on Facebook, was added to team pages, and invited to an online party that very night. When the online party started, there was a post asking people to check in and be entered for a chance to receive a free body wrap. I checked in, believing that I didn't stand a chance in hell of winning the door prize. Well, the party took about 1.5 hours. Basically, it was just posts about various products and info about joining the company. When the party was over and the name was drawn for the free wrap, it was me. I was actually excited because I really wanted to try the danged thing. But then someone messaged the woman hosting the party and told her that I just signed up to join the company, and I received a message that I was ineligible to win. Gotta be honest, I was really bummed out because it was going to take 2 weeks or longer to get my BBK. When the BBK arrived, I put on the cheap rubber bracelet with the hashtag #ItWorksAdventure stamp on it. I read the magazine and put on a body wrap after taking the obligatory before pic. After 45 minutes, I took the wrap off and took an after pic. I gradually got into posting about the products on Facebook. Shortly after I started, I went to a team meeting at a local restaurant. I felt out of place because 1, I didn't have any money to even be able to buy a soda, and 2, I don't have the best social skills. The women all seemed to know each other and just used the meeting as an excuse to get together and have a beer. Well, anyway, to make an incredibly long and potentially boring story short, I stayed with the company for 2 years. I did manage to sign up 4 loyal customers on my own. Of course, they all finished their 3 months and quit. I hosted 3 online parties. I cold messaged people. I wore It Works clothing and a name tag when I wasn't in scrubs for work. I posted multiple times a day on social media. I was a hunbot. But did I make any money? Heck no. I blamed myself. I blamed my husband. I blamed my friends and family. Finally, I realized that I was never going to make money and that I was spending way too much time and money trying to make it work. After 2 years, I finally quit. I didn't get any kind of direction from my upline. Basically, all the posts on the team page were designed to make you feel jealous of the other Huns. After I joined, I was only recognized 1 other time, and that was when I made executive, but that didn't last. I am so sorry that you stayed with the company for 2 years, but I'm glad you're out now, and they're not trying to suck your time, energy, and really self-worth, etc. from you over this anymore. This is just so frustrating. And it always sounds like such a nice thing, and I've noticed a lot of times they'll be like, oh, if you don't have a lot of self-esteem, if you think you can't do it, know that I didn't have that, and I blah, 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 and this will, empower you to be stronger and braver and blah, 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 and more confident, and it's just not really true, and it just preys on people like this, and that's just, it's just disgusting, honestly. Young Living does nose rings now? There are some new faces around here, so I'd like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jennifer. That's the new @Young Living aroma ring in my nose. I live in Wisconsin with my partner, John of 9 years, and our 2 kids. We've been using essential oils since 2018, and they have changed our lives for the better. Now, as odd as this is, and I'm not sure about the aesthetic there, if this is the alternative that they've come up with for wearing their oils and stuff, I actually applaud this because it is more likely that they are the only ones smelling the oils or whatever, and it's not being broadcast to everyone else to make them smell it. Because again, I have asthma, and I do not appreciate people lathering themselves in oils. So, honestly, I'm not mad at this. I had a package delivered to my house by mistake, so I found the neighbor it belonged to on Facebook and took it over to her. I guess no good deed goes unpunished. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. I know you don't know me. I am a consultant for Unique. Here's my website if you're ever interested.
No. Nope. Not interested. Nope. No.
Anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Real quick, I would like to thank my patrons. Up on the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy K's. Thank you all so much for supporting me in that way. If you are interested in becoming a patron, checking out the original post from today's video, or sending me an email for possible inclusion in a future video, all of that information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!